For 50 years, there has been a strict speed limit on the sky, a barrier defined not by our engineering capability but by the sheer violence of physics. Because ever since 1973, supersonic flight over land has been illegal, creating a world where the Concorde was chained to the ocean and eventually died. Not because it was too slow, but because it was too loud. The problem is the sonic boom, a chaotic phenomenon where air molecules, unable to get out of the way of a jet moving at Mach 1.4, get trapped and compressed into a cone of high pressure that washes over the ground with the force of an explosion. And unlike a takeoff which is loud for only a moment, a supersonic jet drags a boom carpet 30 miles wide for the entire duration of its flight. But NASA has built a machine to finally hack this physics, the X-59 QueSST, a 99-foot-long demonstrator designed to prove that you can break the sound barrier without the boom, utilizing a radical geometry where the nose cone occupies a third of the aircraft's entire length. A 30-foot needle acting as a physical spacer that forces the shock waves to stay separated and forbids them from merging into that destructive wall of pressure. The engineering finesse here is absolute. They didn't just elongate the nose, they carefully sculpted small canard wings and a complex swept wing structure to manipulate the air like a fluid, scattering the pressure waves so they interfere with each other destructively, canceling out the noise before it ever leaves the aircraft. To further dampen the acoustic footprint, engineers made a critical design choice by mounting the jet engine on top of the tail rather than underneath, utilizing the body of the aircraft itself as a shield to block the noise of the exhaust from ever reaching the ground, ensuring that the sound is directed up into the stratosphere rather than down into our neighborhoods. Instead of a sharp, aggressive N wave, the X-59 creates a soft, rolling S wave, transforming a 105 decibel explosion into a 75 decibel thump, roughly the volume of a luxury car door slamming down the street, effectively turning down the volume of the sky to a whisper. However, conquering the atmosphere came with a steep price, because to achieve this perfect aerodynamic shape, engineers had to do something unthinkable and remove the pilot's eyes, designing a cockpit with absolutely no front window, forcing the pilot to stare at a solid wall of brushed metal while relying on the external vision system, a deep-tech array of 4K cameras and radar that feeds a high-definition monitor, meaning the pilot is essentially flying a supersonic augmented reality simulation that happens to be real, trusting a stream of data over glass. This is the future of aerospace, where we fly with sensors rather than sight, and the mission here isn't just to fly a plane, but to change the law, because the X-59 will soon begin flying over American communities to conduct community response testing, gathering the psychological data needed to prove to regulators that the boom is gone, overturning the 1973 ban and shrinking the map once again, turning New York to London into a 3-hour commute and proving that to go fast, you don't need to shout, you just need to be smarter than the air, engineering the silence.